What if the world's most advanced fighter jet was already flying? But would no one have actually seen it? For decades, every generational leap in military aviation has been heralded with fanfare. Mock-ups, renderings, public demonstrations, and official statements. But the F-47 completely breaks that pattern. It didn't arrive with a grand announcement or spectacular images. Its existence was leaked in fragments, ambiguous technical documents, and carefully worded statements. And precisely for that reason, it is now considered the most unsettling aircraft project of the modern era. The F-47 is not simply another fighter jet. According to military sources and defense analysts, it represents a paradigm shift comparable to the transition from third to fifth generation fighters. It was not designed to dominate the skies like its predecessors, but to control the entire airspace without being detected. The first element that makes it formidable is its operational concept. Unlike the F-22 or the F-35, the F-47 is not intended as a standalone platform, but rather as the central node of an autonomous air combat network. In other words, it doesn't fight alone. It coordinates, directs, and executes attacks alongside drones, satellites, and other platforms without the enemy knowing who gave the order. Sources close to the program describe the F-47 as a flying brain. Its processing capabilities would far surpass those of any current fighter jet. It's not just about more powerful sensors, but about the ability to fuse information in real time, make tactical decisions, and reassign missions without direct human intervention. The second feared capability is its level of stealth, which would extend beyond radar detection. While current stealth aircraft focus on reducing their radar signature, the F-47 would have been designed to minimize its infrared, acoustic, and electromagnetic signatures as well. In practical terms, this means it could operate in highly monitored areas without triggering early warnings. Analysts point out that its design would not follow the classic shapes of known fighter jets. Integrated wings, hidden moving surfaces, and adaptive materials would allow it to modify its behavior according to the mission. It would not be a static stealth, but a dynamic one, capable of adjusting to different threats. The third capability that raises concerns is its combat autonomy. Although officially it would continue to be piloted, multiple reports indicate that the F-47 could operate in semi-autonomous or even fully autonomous modes in specific scenarios. This would make it the first fighter jet capable of executing complete missions with minimal human oversight. In simulated exercises, it is speculated that this system would allow for millisecond reactions to threats, something impossible for a human pilot. In modern aerial combat, where missiles travel at extreme speeds, that reaction time could be decisive. But perhaps the most unsettling aspect is not what is known, but what has not been revealed. The F-47 program is reportedly protected by higher levels of classification than previous projects. Even within the military sphere, access to information is restricted. IT is extremely limited. The fourth feared capability stems precisely from this secrecy: advanced offensive electronic warfare. We're not just talking about jamming enemy radars, but the ability to disable entire systems, introduce false information, and disrupt air defense networks. In other words, the F-47 would attack not only physical targets, but also the adversary's digital infrastructure. Defense experts describe this capability as fighting without firing. An enemy could lose situational awareness without even realizing they've been attacked. In modern conflicts, where information is as valuable as weapons, this capability redefines the rules of the game. Added to all this is a key detail. The F-47 would not be limited to a single mission. It's not just a fighter jet, nor just a bomber, nor just a platform of "I'm in charge." It's all of that at the same time. That extreme versatility is the fifth capability that most worries rival strategists. While an adversary tries to identify what type of aircraft it is facing, the F-47 would have already completed its mission and left the airspace. That strategic uncertainty is, in itself, a weapon. Let's pause here to invite you to like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this. Are you enjoying the video so far? After this pause, the analysis becomes even more unsettling. Because when studying F-47, experts agree on one thing. It wasn't designed with present-day wars in mind, but rather with conflicts that haven't yet occurred. Its architecture would allow for the integration of weapons that don't yet exist, from hypersonic missiles to directed energy systems. Furthermore, its lifespan is designed to last for decades, with constant software updates, more like an operating system than a traditional aircraft. This means that today's F-47 will not be the same in 10 years, not even in its combat capabilities. The core of this advantage is its role as an advanced air command platform. In modern conflict, victory depends not only on who shoots first, but also on who sees first, decides fastest, and coordinates best. The F-47 would integrate air, space, and ground sensors into a single, coherent tactical picture, something currently only achievable with multiple platforms and command centers. This would allow a single F-47 to command swarms of combat drones, older generation manned aircraft, and allied defense systems, all in real time. The pilot would no longer be just a fighter, but a tactical air commander with a complete view of the battlefield. One of its most feared capabilities is its potential to operate undetected within A2/AD zones, areas heavily defended by advanced air defense systems. Thanks to its multidimensional stealth, the F-47 could penetrate these areas, identify critical nodes, and neutralize them indirectly. This is where their offensive electronic warfare comes into play. Instead of destroying physically, the F-47 could degrade radars and anti-aircraft batteries, generate false targets, and cause identification errors. In a real-world scenario, this could lead enemy defenses to fire on non-existent targets or, worse, on their own units. The result is a progressive collapse of the defense without a single missile visible. The psychological effect would be devastating. Systems ceasing to function, communications interrupted, and a constant feeling of vulnerability without a clearly identified aggressor. Another decisive advantage would be its ability to manage airspace as everything. While current fighters rely on data links that can be jammed, the F-47 would be designed to maintain secure communications even in hostile electromagnetic environments. This would make it the last node to go down, even after other platforms have already been silenced. Furthermore, its open architecture would allow for the rapid incorporation of new weapons and sensors. In practical terms, this means the F-47 could adapt to emerging threats without costly structural redesigns. A software update could radically change its combat capabilities. In simulated exercises described by independent analysts, a single F-47 could neutralize multiple enemy squadrons without directly engaging them. By depriving them of information and coordination, those aircraft would become ineffective before even detecting the threat. Autonomy plays a central role here. In advanced modes, the F-47 system can prioritize targets, allocate resources, and execute defensive maneuvers in milliseconds. This drastically reduces the pilot's cognitive load and eliminates human errors at critical moments. But this capability also generates debate. Delegating combat decisions to automated systems raises ethical and strategic dilemmas. Therefore, sources They point out that the F-47 would operate under strict human supervision protocols, although with a degree of independence never before seen in a manned fighter jet. Another dimension of its potential dominance is strategic range. Designed for long-range missions, the F-47 could operate for hours in key areas, gathering intelligence, coordinating attacks, and withdrawing undetected. In protracted conflicts, this air persistence is an enormous force multiplier. The combination of stealth, artificial intelligence, electronic warfare, and network command creates a daunting scenario for any adversary. It's not about confronting not to an airplane, but to a system of systems. And here an uncomfortable reality emerges. Many militaries are still preparing for wars of the past. Fleets designed for direct confrontations, dogfights, and classic air superiority could become obsolete against an adversary that doesn't play by those rules. Throughout the first 2 chapters, it became clear that the F-47 doesn't fit into traditional military aviation categories. It's not just a fighter jet, nor just a support platform, nor solely an air command center. It's the convergence of multiple capabilities that, combined, generate a level of dominance difficult to counter. To understand why it's considered so feared, it's necessary to break down its 5 key capabilities, those that most concern defense strategists and planners. The F-47's first and perhaps most dangerous capability is its informational supremacy. In modern warfare, seeing first means winning. The F-47 is designed to gather, fuse, and distribute information from multiple sources. Its own radars, passive sensors, satellites, drones, and allied platforms. Unlike current systems, where information arrives fragmented, the F-47 would convert it into a single, coherent, real-time image. This allows anticipate enemy movements, detect threats before they materialize, and make decisions with a critical time advantage. For an adversary, this means fighting virtually blind against an opponent who sees everything. The F-47 stealth wouldn't be limited to radar. Its design would be optimized to simultaneously reduce radar, infrared, acoustic, and electromagnetic signatures. But what's truly unsettling is that this stealth wouldn't be fixed. Analysts suggest the F-47 could adjust its emissions profile depending on the environment. Simply put, the aircraft would know when to be quiet, when to whisper, and when to emit false signals to confuse enemy sensors. This makes the F-47 an extremely difficult target to detect, track, and attack. Even if an enemy suspects their presence, confirming it would be a completely different matter. While many modern aircraft can jam radars, the F-47 would carry the electronic warfare at another level. Its capabilities would not only be defensive, but actively offensive. This includes the ability to flood enemy systems with false data, degrade communication networks, disable sensors, and disrupt command chains. Instead of destroying physical targets, the F-47 could neutralize the enemy's ability to coordinate and respond. In practice, a country could lose control of its airspace without a single the bomb has fallen. From a strategic point of view, this type of attack is devastating and extremely difficult to attribute immediately. Although it would still have a human pilot, the F-47 would be prepared to operate with advanced levels of autonomy. Artificial intelligence systems would assist in decision-making, sensor management, threat avoidance, and resource allocation. In high-intensity scenarios, where reaction times are measured in milliseconds, this capability allows for a response faster than any human could achieve alone. The pilot becomes a strategic supervisor rather than a direct operator. This not only improves efficiency, but also reduces human error in situations criticism, one of the most dangerous factors in modern air combat. The fifth capability, and possibly the most decisive, is its role as a force multiplier. The F-47 is not designed to operate alone, but to coordinate the efforts of multiple platforms. It can direct combat drones, assign targets to other aircraft, coordinate long-range attacks, and redistribute missions on the fly. A single F-47 could boost the performance of an entire air force, making its older platforms remain relevant. From the enemy's perspective, this means that shooting down one aircraft does not neutralize the threat. As long as the F-47 is operational, the entire network remains functional. Its role as a force multiplier. The F-47 is not designed to operate alone, but to coordinate the effort of multiple platforms. The F-47 represents a profound shift in the philosophy of air power. It does not seek it's not about imposing oneself through extreme speed or spectacular maneuverability, but rather through information, control, and anticipation. It's a reminder that the most dangerous technology isn't always the most visible. If these capabilities are fully confirmed, the F-47 would mark the beginning of '8 was where air warfare is decided before the first shot, and where supremacy depends not on muscle, but on mind. If this analysis opened your eyes to how future warfare is changing, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Here we continue to reveal the most advanced military technologies, secret projects, and stories that are rarely explained in detail. Your support allows us to continue researching and bringing you high-quality content.